Hey, how you doing? Uh, this is going to be an introductory guide. I'm going to update it later on when I'm raiding. This is my main character, level 28 at the moment, Bounty Hunter Healer. Yes, you heard it right, us Bounty Hunters can heal. Not only can we heal, we do it in the best way possible. See that droid over there? Oh no, looks like he might be dying. No, we'll shoot him in the face with our blasters to heal him. How cool is that? Anyway, you need Spec Mercenary to start with, which will tell you that when you choose your advanced class. Bodyguard is the healing tree. Now, it doesn't mean you need to level in this specific tree. In fact, I strongly suggest you don't level in this spec, because you don't have a lot of damage against, when you're doing quests. You can't really pump out the damage very much. And unfortunately, the first companion you get, Mako, is a healer. So, yeah, I'll suggest that you level in either Pyrotech or Arsenal and switch over to Bodyguard at endgame. It's just the fact that I'm doing a lot of flashpoints with people in the guild and such that I'm staying in this, because I wouldn't suggest healing in flashpoints unless you are spec'd in Bodyguard. Flashpoints, I'm not being disrespectful to the people that play in Swtor, but a lot of the people suck and they take a lot of damage, and unless you're spec'd in Bodyguard, you can't deal with the damage that people do. If you have a really great group, a primo group, and you're gilded and you know they're really good and stuff, you can get by just by healing through these two abilities that you get standardly as a mercenary. You should be fine just healing through that, hopefully. I've never tried it myself. I've always been Bodyguard spec since the game released. So when you first start, let's go over the talents first. Improve Vents, that was the first talent I picked up at level 11. And yeah, level 11, because, well, I didn't have a healing scan, so the second part of that had no correlation at all to me. The first part didn't mean enough to me. 0.5 seconds off this here, that's not enough to me. 2.5 seconds is fine for a heal. But heat was a problem at the very start, especially on the Black Tarn. Heat was a definite issue. Every bounty hunter gets this, vent heat, and basically all it does, exactly what it says, vents heat. As you heal, builds up, that removes it. It's perfect when you first start, so seriously pick that up first, and then pick up this. You don't unlock healing scan, which is your second heal, which is your most efficient heal, until level 16. So you pick this ability up at level 16. You'll already have this from level 14. And then you pick 1 point in this. Just put 1 point. We'll come back and finish this one off in a little bit, but we want to get the most important ability, which is this Supercharged gas. It requires you to charge it up through using your blasters, which I might add is a free heal. Doesn't heal for a lot, but it's free, so constantly keep that on the main tank, keep firing them on it, and it'll keep you charged up as well. Once you get to 30 charges, this will light up and you can use it, and it basically just puts these abilities into like hyperdrive pretty much, so it means you can use them a lot more efficiently. This one here has a 9-second cooldown, and it is your most efficient spell. It's like 16 heat, which is barely anything at the rate it regenerates, but there's a 9-second cooldown on it. When you supercharge it, it removes the cooldown. You can completely use it for like non-stop over 10 seconds, doesn't matter, and then obviously it goes back to the cooldown. But let's get the 30 charges up and I can show you this in action. So also, just a note, once you do pick up Supercharged, jump over and pick up empowered scans next. So at level 17 you should be having empowered scans, which means when you heal with rapid scan, it gives you 6 points towards the 30 that you need for this. So every time you shoot, you'll gain 3, which is down here. Every time I heal, I gain 6. So it's more efficient for me to show you with rapid scan. So I'll just heal this guy up and then I'll recover. Heat too high, so we'll just reload. Let's have a look. Okay. Once I hit this, we're done anyway. I put a healing scan on him, and you can see the cooldown's there. If I hit that, the cooldown's gone, and I can consistently use it. And you can see it doesn't really use that much heat. And then, boom, it's gone. The cooldown's back. So we'll vent heat. That's where the vent heat comes into play. Got rid of it all. But we need to charge that back up now. And while it's charging back up, once you taking power scans, go down there and finish off hide muscle, which will then jump you up into the 3rd tier. First thing you want to pick up is Coltal Missile. It's your AoE heal, basically. You fire a missile on the ground, heals anybody in it. Now this heal is very deceiving in the effect that it has, especially the area effect. If you see there, you'd imagine it would only happen within that red area, but it happens quite far out of that red area. Like if I put it down there, the droid should get it from there, which he did. You can see the droid got it from there. So just play around with it once you get it, and you'll see for yourself that it has a bigger effect than what the diagram actually shows it does. Now the most important thing with Supercharged is when you use Coltal Missile, it will actually put a shield on the target, reducing all damage that the target takes by 10%, which is huge really, especially for the tank in low levels. But once you take Coltal Missile, make sure you pick up the residue next to it, which after you use it, give them the 10%. You also increase all healing that they receive by 5% for 15 seconds. So if I supercharge now, and I'll throw this down on myself, and you'll see that I gain a shield. You see the shield coming around, and I get this little buff at the bottom here of Coltal residue there. He has it too. So, and so it's a good thing to have, you know, when all your AoE are taking, when all your group are taking damage, just throw that down. Hopefully you have a lot of melee. Well, it doesn't really matter. You can tend to get them anyway. You know, most people don't spread out that much in this game anyway. But just target the people that you need to with it. Another thing, let's see, where is it? I pressed N. I keep thinking I'm playing World of Warcraft. After you've taken that, this is really good. If you take heat dampening, it reduces this ability down here, which is concussion missile, which is basically your crowd control as a healer. Me personally, because I stand far back to heal, I have a good view of the battlefield. I can also CC any mob in the game for 60 seconds, so long as nobody touches it, and it doesn't cost me any heat to do that with this ability. So it's perfect to pick that ability up as a healer standing far back, can have a good view, can CC a target that's coming in, that might pull, anything like that. It's a good ability to have. So definitely take that. That way you don't have to worry about expending any heat. You can save that all for healing. Once you finish with that ability, I drop down here to pick up critical reaction, which basically gives you alacrity. Now alacrity in this game is haste, which basically speeds up the rate I can heal. It speeds up the cast time of the heals, but it only comes up when I crit heal. The good thing about it is it works with blasters, with my blaster shots as well, which is free. So long as you keep spamming them on the tank, you'll pop this quite a lot. You'll find that it pops up a hell of a lot. Once you get up to this tree here, critical efficiency is by far one of the most important talents to take, as it makes this ability, healing scan, reduce the cost of this one here. And this is your big heal, basically like the greater heal of the priest. But like the greater heal of the priest, it costs a hell of a lot. It costs 25, it costs a quarter of your heat. Yet if you use this, it reduces it by 16 heat. Now you're thinking, you know, number 2 for me, which is that it's on a cooldown, which means you can't use it that much. But when you get the old shit situations, you can call upon Supercharge, which makes this have no cooldown, which means you can spam that out. But make sure that when you do hit that you're going to utilize this by using number 2, then go to rapid scan, then back to healing scan, then to rapid scan, then back to healing scan, so that you're constantly getting a good rotation going, which I'll show you in a second. Let's get it up first. We'll get the thing back up, because I changed mine to raid frames so they kind of show here. You can just click through them as you need them. So let's just recharge and reload. Now hit this. Imagine you're taking massive damage, so you're going to hit healing scan, then hit rapid scan, back to healing scan, then rapid scan. You can see I'm barely using anything down the bottom here. back to the reference again, then just before it ends, make sure you pop that down. I missed it this time because I was talking to you guys, and it'll pop the shield on right at the end of Supercharged gas, which then reduces the damage by 10%. And then go back to blasting him and recharging it back up. You should be getting Supercharged gas back up within probably about 10 to 12 seconds of it going off. So you can constantly have that oh shit button if you need it to use these two abilities. Always keep blasting on the main tank. It doesn't heal him a lot, but it does buffer it quite a lot. It really does help out. Don't forget to vent heat early in a fight so that it can regenerate during the fight as well. If you find a lot of people take a lot of damage, if you think a DPS is going to drop, let him drop. You know, don't waste your heat on him. If you think he's going to drop, you're just going to have to leave it to him. End of the day, it's either going to be the tank's fault for not holding aggro on it, or the DPS's fault for taking it without the tank seeing it first. It's the DPS's role to lead any mob to the tank, so the tank can take it. So if you feel like you're going to overheat yourself by trying to heal a DPS that's taking aggro, then stop. Don't do it. Just make sure you tell the tank that the guy's taking damage. The tank should be aware, should be able to pull it off, and then if you need to, just throw down an AoE heal, and you can heal everybody up. Now, I'll press down again. When I've finished with this, I'm going to go into increase while healing received an energy shield, just because when I do pull aggro, I'll pop my energy shield on there, stop myself from taking any damage. The tank's usually pretty quick at picking it back up, but it's just a buffer to get me up here. The Swtor shell is essentially the earth shield of the shaman, so I really can't wait to get that in one and a bit levels. And then obviously I will take reactive armor and proactive medicine, and then straight up here to take all these things up here after taking Cure Mine. Cure Mine, I've not found a lot of things in the game that requires Cure Mine, which is down here. It costs 16, so taking that will half the cost of it, which to me is heat efficient. So pick that up and then get your ass up here. That's your big one up there. That is essentially the greater heal, but from what I can tell, it doesn't cost anything, just has a big cooldown. So we'll see when we get there, and I'll update this guide as I'm raiding and I'm doing higher content, so I can show you guys what else to do. So until then, I shall see you bounty hunter healers in the field.